Dum dee dum dee dum dee dee dum. Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. We're live. We're live. We are live. We're live. We're live. Today we're live, and we're all maybe gonna die. We're all gonna die. I think. I think it's a given that we're all going to die. I need that screen there. There we go. I'm here. Are you here? The new killer virus just out. Get your killer virus while it's cheap, on sale. Killer. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the program. Marcus Conte reporting. How you doing, man? Whoa, holy smokes! Talk about a very, very touchy subject today. Break out the eggshells and break out the helmets, because we're going to talk about the old virus. Remember the old virus? Shut down everything. People were terrified. It had a 0.00001 or less kill rate. But they got a new one. They got this new virus, and it's, I can't pronounce it. I didn't memorize it yet. It's GXP2V, mother effer. Do it again. GXP2V. That's right. GXP2V is the new virus out there. Research out of China. Beijing is reporting, or out in the open, not a military discovery, not a slip or a leak or anything like that. They're just putting it right out there on their research, scientific, very scientific, of course. Killing mice using variations of the coronavirus. Now, we've always known that this is a bad idea. Right? Gain of function, you remember that term, gain of function, where people try to gain the function of a virus and steer it in a certain direction. But that's not what we're talking about today. That's not, according to the scientists, the Chinese are not doing that at all. But instead, they've concocted this virus and made a special mouse that is humanized, a humanized mouse that's very receptive. Look, it's not even funny, right? We were supposed to go in the direction of no viruses in laboratories, right? Because if it turns out that the coronavirus or the COVID-19 leaked out of a lab, which many people believe leaked out of the lab in Wuhan, this is absolutely no different. This is worse. Why? Because the one that allegedly leaked out of Wuhan didn't kill many people. It killed some of the 7 billion people on the planet. It didn't even get up. It barely got into the millions. Right? But this one is 100% lethal. 100%. And you say, well, who's going to force a virus? How could you possibly force a virus on people? They're experimenting on mice. Look, if there's an experiment happening and they're doing it on mice, right, and they know exactly how to manipulate the virus to kill the mouse, they can also develop a virus that kills the human, right? That's what they're doing, right? It's not surprising. It's not even complicated. And there's a lot of jackass scientists out there right now saying, well, what's the reason? This is a stupid experiment. Why even bother? The mice are not human. Look, bioweaponry, right? It's the obvious use for a 100% kill a virus is biowar. What better way? What better tactic in war than to in the old days, we used to go in and blow everything up like Gaza. They're leveling the place, right? They're smashing everything to the ground, and then at some point, someone's going to have to rebuild it. No. The Chinese have a better idea. Well, at least someone in one of these laboratories has a better idea. And I'm not going to point the finger at China because it's happening in Beijing, you can almost, if it is happening in Beijing, if this article is true and this research is true, you can guarantee the Americans have done it as well, right? And all of the West. So we're going to look at the virus. You make up your own mind, right? I know it's a very touchy subject with viruses and illnesses and inoculations and vaccines and all that stuff, right? It's great, masks and distance and I don't know. When a virus has a 100% kill rate, how many feet away away from somebody infected by it do you have to stay? How many masks do you have to wear? Right? What becomes the new protocol? Right? If this is true, right? In case if it should leak out, right? Because this is what happens, right? If and I say if there should be a leak somewhere in the world and a small percentage of people get wiped out by it, right? And it's proven that, oh shit, this virus is there and it fucking killed 100% of the people there and now it's coming to get us, right? If that is the case, right, then we're going to go through a series of very, very egregious lockdowns, distancing, and the whole horrific cycle will start all over again. That's if we're even still alive. A bioweapon, man. How do you force it on people? Well, people eat food. People touch things. People breathe air. It's not hard to force a virus on people. Right? So we're going to look at the subject. Welcome, everybody, in the chat. I don't want to be the fucking doomsday guy. I'm just reporting, right? GXP2V. That's the research coming out of Beijing right now. And the humans have created a virus that can kill 100% of what they injected into. In this case, it's mice. You say, poor mice, right? Fucking mice. The mice didn't have a choice, right? Poor mouse, right? They get sick, they crunch over. I'll describe to you how exactly they die. It's very ugly. And in the final stages, their eyes turn white. Right? So if this is true, we're going to get, before we die, depending on who gets infected first, we're going to be walking around seeing people in their last breath with white eyeballs dying in front of us, right? Congratulations. Welcome to the apocalypse. According to the research. Right? Anyway, my name is Marcus Conte. I have a website. And every morning at 9 a.m., we're here, we're live, we're with all these fine people. Vinny DiMartini, all these people down here are real people. This is not a fake. This is not pseudo journalism. This is real. Right? Real live. I'm a real live person, and we're talking to real live people every day. And we've been talking mostly about the election. It looks like Trump is a runaway train right now. They can't stop him. People fucking hate Trump. Oh my God, they hate him and people love him. And it looks like the evidence is in. More people love him than hate him. That's unfortunate. The mainstream media, corporate media cannot stop him. They've tried to smear him as a criminal and a rapist and a tax evader and everything else, a traitor. Nothing sticks. The people are seeing through it, right? Vivek Ramaswamy calls it a 1776 revolutionary moment in our time. Are we at the precipice of a revolution where government is so detached from the reality of what the people want that a revolution is not only happening, but it's inevitable that it's going to happen. It's in the making, right? You never know when it's happening. That's the I think that's the paradox of history. No one knows that they're in the apocalypse when the apocalypse is happening. It's slightly later, slightly after we realize, right? And because the apocalypse already started. We already got our warning shot back in 2020 with the COVID pandemic, right? When the virus the scary, not so deadly virus, scared the shit out of everybody, right? And now, the new one, the newest virus. So welcome everybody in the chat. Chris Milk in the house, Cheeseburger, Vinny D Martini on the wrench as well. Kaz Philly Camden, Zoot Suit Cooter, William R. Hall, Roger Hopp from the great Netherlands. William R. Hall, the artist from Syracuse, New York, pumping out that shit, pumping out his art. Check it out, man. Check it out up there in Syracuse. Weesty is here. Pal Say is here as well. And David Brown, I see you in there. I see you, my brother. Jim Gerard, what's up? All right, so everybody's here. We're here. Let's begin. Let us begin. So, let's start here. I don't know the market. Yeah, the markets are open today. We'll take a look at that. Looks like it's going to open down. Let's start here, right? So there's a war going on in Israel, and you can call it a war, I guess. One side, the Israeli Jews, are pummeling and blowing the shit up and genociding the people next door, those Palestinians in Gaza. And but here in America, the Jew and the Muslim are tongue kissing over legal weed. Look at this. This is how you do it, Jew and Muslim. Jewish-Muslim duo to jointly run first licensed pot shop on Staten Island. Hey, they're getting together. Here they are. Oh, look. Which one's the Jew? It's pretty obvious, right? If you had to put this up and say, which one's the Jew? Look at this guy. He's a fucking... Obviously, the guy on the right is the Jew. And Mohammed on the left, right? And I didn't know that. I just looked at the caption to see who actually, to prove who's Jew. Who's the Jew? So he's the Jew, he's the Muslim, right? So these guys are, kidding aside, they're doing a good thing. The first licensed marijuana shop on Staten Island is going to be jointly run by an unlikely business duo, a Jewish man and a Muslim man, vowing to show people of their faiths can get along and even prosper together. What a revelation. We want to show what happens when Jews and Muslims work together, says the Jew, who will be running the flowery with his partner Mohammed, the Muslim. Right? A Muslim and a Jew are about to open a successful business together. Exclamation point. So great story, right? These two guys they should get 5 medals. They should be, fucking Eric Adams should go down to the flowery and buy the first eighth of weed and smoke it on the steps, right? And also it's the first legal dispensary in a legal state, New York State, finally getting to Staten Island. They have other dispensaries, but it's the first in the conservative Staten Island for whatever reason. But look, it looks like a real dispensary. Congratulations, Staten Island, for finally getting your head out your ass and doing it already. And congratulations to the Muslims and the Jews who are now doing the right thing. And so quickly on... the mainstream media is failing miserably at smearing Trump. They just can't do it, but they continue to try and say things like this. Here's Al Sharpton. Let's listen.
There is around the corner is conversion. Here's a guy that was president of the United States for 4 years, an incumbent. He's sitting at 48%. And you look at past presidents. Let's say Barack Obama were
51%, by the way.
Running in the Iowa caucus today, he'd have a 98%.
He says Barack Obama would have a 98% approval, a 98% win in Iowa. Really, Joe? Where do you come up with these numbers? Who ever got 98% in Iowa? Nobody ever. But Joe, morning fucking Joe is telling you, Barack Obama.
Would. So
right? Why? Because you're interviewing a black man, Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton. He's bringing up Obama with Al Sharpton, right? So Al Sharpton feels his blackness, right? Listen to what Sharpton said.
We look at those 48%. We're shocked and stunned. And
it's 52, jerk off.
Deeply saddened. How could they do that when Donald Trump sell nuclear secrets. He wants to terminate the Constitution.
Wants to terminate. Listen to what he's saying, that Trump wants to sell nuclear secrets.
And deeply saddened. How could they do that when Donald Trump, sell nuclear secrets?
Sells nuclear secrets. Where did Trump ever sell a nuclear secret?
He wants to terminate the Constitution.
He wants to terminate the Constitution. No, he wants to invoke the Constitution. Let's continue.
He wants to execute generals.
Execute generals? That's a new one. The Democrats are running that Trump is a killer. He wants to execute people. He's talking about executing people. Really?
Wants to take TV networks off the air that are insufficiently loyal. He wants to take media off the air. No. All of the mainstream media right now wants to take people like me off the air, right? Look at yourself. Look at yourself. The reason why people like myself and others get censored is because of the mainstream media complaining, saying, look at these people. They're not paying to be here. We're paying you big money, right? Get rid of them. Get rid of them. They're all conspiracy theories. Take away their channel. Lock them up. Right? It's fucking fake garbage MSNBC bullshit. All of these other things that are just shocking. It does. But and Chris is so right. They do puddle, and it's sort of especially
let him speak.
Rural areas,
Lose my patience with these guys.
Voters, the more rural the voter, the stronger they seem to be in their support for Donald Trump. But we go to New Hampshire.
They're trying to say that everybody in the country is ignorant and stupid because they're voting for Trump. How come you don't listen to us? We're telling you that he's a criminal and that he's a tax evader and he's a rapist and he's going to sell the nuclear codes to Putin, his puppet. America is not buying it, right? Instead, they're looking at an old senile Joe Biden who took away their businesses during the pandemic and other situations.
Sure. We go to South Carolina. There are, we still are a month and a week away from South Carolina and 2 elections. A lot can happen between now and then.
No, I think a lot can happen, and I think that with all of the high numbers we see in the polling of Donald Trump, I think that ultimately Donald Trump loses.
Loses to who? What are you talking about? How does Donald Trump loses the primary? Ridiculous.
I really believe
he's outperforming, you idiot. He's way outperforming because of people like you attacking and accusing people who vote for Trump as being fucking radicals or dangerous to the country. Right? They're not going to say anything. They're just going to show up and vote.
That this country will not have someone that is an indicted charlatan.
An indicted charlatan. Wow. There you go. Thank you, Al Sharpton, for sharing. The indicted charlatan is Donald Trump, without any evidence. So let's dive right in here. Is it 9:30 yet? Is it 9:30? What time is it? Oh shit. Yeah. So let's look at. Here we go. So Chinese lab, right? In complete seriousness, this is scary. If you're the type that gets scared by death, this one should scare the shit out of you. Right? You should look down and say, "Holy cow! Somebody shit in my pants." Maybe it was me. The Chinese lab crafts mutant COVID-19 strand with 100% kill streak in humanized, quote, humanized mice. Surprisingly rapid death. Wow. New York Post reporting on it looks like a legitimate, substantiated piece of research out of Beijing by all these fine Chinese people. Louis Xinhua Sanchan all the Zhang Zhong Zhang Zibing. Zing Zang Bangabing. Chinese names are fun to fuck with. Let's read the article. In a Wuhan-esque study, Chinese scientists are experimenting with a mutant COVID-19 strand that has a 100% kill streak in humanized mice. Oh my God! And you're worried about Trump? The deadly virus known as GX_P2V. Let me get some reverb on that one. Known as known as GX_P2V. Attacked the brains of mice that were engineered to reflect similar genetic makeup to people, according to the study shared out of Beijing. I got the article. I got it right here. It's real. It's definitely real. This underscores a spillover risk of this virus into humans and provides a unique model for understanding the pathogenic mechanisms of SARS-CoV-2 related to viruses, says the author. What's the point of the research? Why do it? Why create something that kills people? Creating something that kills people, and for what reason? To know how to stop the thing that you created from killing people? It doesn't even make sense. This is not viral research. You're not researching actual viruses that are circulating in the population amongst humans. You're creating them. You are making the virus, and then you're saying, see, we're going to find a way to not kill 100% of the people by the virus that we just created, right? And you say, well, what is the reason for doing it? Well, it's obvious. To me, to this reporter, it's obvious. If you have something that kills 100% of the people, without blowing anything up, it's a weapon. It's a fucking weapon. It's a weapon. No doubt. The deadly virus is a mutated version of GX 2017, a corona cousin. Oh, my God. All the mice that were infected with the virus died within 8 days, which researchers noted was a surprisingly rapid death. Here they are again. We've seen these images. They're flawless, right? They know what they're doing. Don't worry about it. We know what we're doing. That's what that picture says. Don't worry about a thing. We know what we're doing. They're sitting in their balloon suits. They're in the laboratory in balloon suits. And why? Why? Oh, God, this is crazy. GXP2V had infected the lungs, bones, eyes, tracheas, and brains of the dead mice, the last of which were severe enough to ultimately cause the death of the animals. The last of which was the brain. Kills the brain. In the days before their death, this is what you can look forward to, by the way. In the days before their death, the mice had quickly lost weight, exhibited a hunched posture, and moved extremely sluggish. Most eerie of all, their eyes turned completely white the day before they died. Oh. So you waste away, and then you start hunching over, right? And you get very, very sluggish. You move, you start crawling around, right? No, you lose your weight, you're hunched over, and then your fucking eyes turn white and you die. Poor mice, right? God help us for doing this to mice, right? It's so barbaric. It is just, right? We're doing this to save humanity. This is an effort to save humanity. It's an effort to destroy humanity. Stop it already. Cut it out. Although terrifying, the study is the first of its kind to report a 100% mortality rate. Congratulations. In mice infected by the COVID-19 related virus, far surpassing previous report results from another study. More importantly, the results of the study do not clearly indicate how it would impact humans. Well, they're not saying it, but it's obvious that that's the point of the thing. They're doing the research to, I guess, to save humanity from the deadly virus that they create, or a cousin of the deadly virus. Of course it has human implication. Of course it has human implication. Viruses kill humans, right? And a little turn of the screw, a little this and a little of that, and boom, you got a virus that kills humans. More importantly, the study Francis Boucher, an epidemiologist expert at the University of London's Genetic Institute, slammed the research as terrible and scientifically totally pointless. That's what he said. I can see nothing of vague interest that could be learned from force infecting a weird breed of humanized mice with a random virus. Really, you see nothing vaguely interesting about it? Are you kidding me? Do you know anything about how psychopaths kill each other? They find a good way to do it, a painless way. Like if you take one of these viruses, right? Maybe it's receptive to heat or whatever. Maybe you can't stick it on the head of a bomb, but you could certainly smuggle it in a suitcase and just let it out at Times Square and kill everybody around them, and then anybody who comes near them, the dead ones, gets killed, and on and on and on. The virus will just keep eating and eating and eating everything around it because it's programmed to do that, right? So if you can't see that, what the fuck? What planet are you living on? You don't think humans are that devious and that fucking killer? Of course they are. Look at the wars. Look at the wars that we've created. Look what's happening right now in Gaza. Look what the Israelis are doing to the Palestinians. Look what we did in Afghanistan. How many people we killed. Look at Syria. Look around you and see how many. Look at Nagasaki and Hiroshima dropping a super explosive on their fucking heads. Right. So humans are extremely capable of this sort of thing. Right. The absence of the information raises the concerning possibility that part or all of this research, like the research in Wuhan, recklessly was performed without the minimal biosafety containment and practices essential for research. Right, again, so they're pointing to the bubble suits. They're saying that none of this works. If it leaked once, it'll leak again. That's true, right? I suppose some psychopath comes in to work one day and he says, you know what, man, I hate you fucking people, man. And he brings his darts with him, right? He brings a set of darts and he starts throwing it at the people in balloons and popping and right? A fucking terrorist, right? One guy, how many times do we see scientists lose their mind, right? Maybe he's in the other room and he's experimenting with some psychotropic vape, right? And he gets a whiff of that shit and he loses his mind. And he comes in with his dart gun and starts blowing fucking holes in the other ones, right? Saying, I got to free you, man. I got to free you, man. I want you to experience. It's absolutely possible. More so, it's probable that if you create a virus in a lab, eventually it will find the door and get out. Eventually. 100%. So 100% correct. The absence of information raises the concern. Professors of chemistry at Rutgers. Hold on a second. Oh, we're almost open. I want to leave the market. Bing, we're open. Are we open? It looks like we're going to open down. Sorry, man. Sorry to pop your bubble, man. But let's see. I got 1 minute. We're open. Ding, we're open. And welcome to the market report. NASDAQ down 28. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 144 at the open. S&P 500 down 32. Looks like the initial push is down. Rivian going down 17. TQQQ, the ETF that follows the NASDAQ, also down a point to 49.15. What else we got here? ARM. Let's look at the big board. NVIDIA down 72 cents. It was up big yesterday to $563. Google down 143. Apple down 2. Google down 80 cents to 143. Excuse me. Amazon down 151. Is down to 151, down from 165. Hold on a second. Let me get my brain in gear. Microsoft down 2.5. Tesla down 6. It looks like Tesla down 6. Rivian getting crushed this morning. Look at this. Rivian is down 6%. That's crazy. Man. Why is fucking Rivian down so much? Nobody wants electric vehicles, I guess. The vaccine stocks. They're gonna. I guess these are gonna come into play again now that we're talking about a super deadly virus. Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, all red at the moment. The military stocks, the bombs, the people that build the bombs and the planes that cause the destruction, Boeing is up 3.5. Boeing was taking a beating because some of their commercial planes got pulled. Raytheon up 5 cents, Lockheed Martin up $1. And so overall red, I see red. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 140.40. Nasdaq down 163. That's a big slide for the Nasdaq. And S&P 500 down 34. I'm a little concerned about Rivian. I want to see Rivian bounce. Come on, man, go up. Come on, man. Let's see what we got here. That's a big rip. That's a big rip for Rivian. Big rip down for Rivian. Oh my. Not enjoying that one right there. I'll tell you, I'm not enjoying that one this morning. Really, I'm not. I'm not enjoying it. It's getting expensive as the time ticks on. Come on, man, the shit's got to go up. So back to our story. So it's okay though, because we're all going to be dead soon anyway. So what difference does it make, right? We're all gonna die of a deadly virus. Where were we? I forgot where we were. So here's the research. Here's the guy who says some scientist said. He said this. I had a look at the preprint mice infecting a weird. I had a look at the preprint. It's a terrible study, scientifically totally pointless. I can see nothing of vague interest that can be learned from force infecting a weird breed of humanized mice with a random virus. This guy's incredibly short-sighted to not see the ramifications of a bioweapon. Right. That's what I said. I told him right here. Where am I? I'm somewhere in there. I said it's obvious obviously a bioweapon. Marcus Conte reporting on that. A couple of people looking at it. So here's the research. Lethal infection of human ACE2 transgenic mice caused by SARS-CoV-2 related blah, 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 blah. Scientific nonsense coming out of the great nation of Beijing, China. BioRiv, I'm at their site. It's real. It's published. Mainstream is reporting on it. Let's watch this little clip right here.
We have some groundbreaking news to share with you today. Researchers in China are conducting experiments on a coronavirus strain that shares close similarities with the virus responsible for COVID-19. The study's results were shocking, as it showed a 100% mortality rate in a small mouse study. Dr. Lihua Song, a scientist based in Beijing and co-author of the new paper, played a significant role in this research. With training from the Chinese military, Dr. Song's expertise was a key contribution to the study.
Bingo. Chinese military. Dr. Song. Dr. Song from the Chinese military.
Scientists have cloned a pangolin coronavirus and infected modified mice to assess its pathogenicity. This study, published on BioRiv, has yielded some surprising results. Out of the 4 mice infected with the virus, all began to lose weight 5 days post-infection. Shortly thereafter, they exhibited symptoms including sluggishness and white eyes. Tragically, all 4 mice died within 8 days of inoculation. These results have taken the scientific community by surprise.
Killing mice, right? My heart goes out to these mice.
Researchers then infected 8 additional mice, euthanized them, and selected organs from 4 to analyze. High levels of viral RNA were found in various organs, including the brain, lungs, and eyes. While the viral load in the lungs decreased by the 6th day, but it increased in the brain. According to the scientists, this finding suggested that severe brain infection during the later stages of infection may be the key cause of death in these mice.
They're not doing it in the closet anymore. They're doing it right out in front of everybody. They're doing it right out in front of everybody. Gain of function. That's what they're doing. They're gaining the function of these viruses.
The experiments were conducted on a mutant strain of the pangolin virus, known as GXP2V, short 3UTR. The results suggest a risk for the virus to spill over into humans. However, the scientific community believes that the research described in the paper does not seem to fall under the category of gain of function.
They're worried about that gain of function definition. Don't worry about it. It is gain of function. They're gaining the function of the virus.
This is because the Chinese scientists did not purposefully enhance the virus to be more pathogenic or transmissible. Instead, for their studies, the Chinese scientists utilized genetically engineered mice with lungs modified to more closely resemble human ones.
They modify the mice. Imagine that. They're genetic mice with human lungs. Right? Crazy.
The outcomes were not compared with other.
And you're telling me they can't flip the virus to effectively kill humans? You don't think there's parts of the world where they'll experiment with this and say, get a couple of those prisoners. Get a couple of those prisoners in here and tell them if they take this pill and they live through it, they'll have their freedom, right? And then they give them this thing. And 8 days later, their eyes turn white and their belly up. Right?
Live viruses, such as SARS-CoV-2, which causes COVID-19. That makes it unclear whether the pangolin coronavirus...
Or just wipe out a whole jail, right? Just infect put it in the oatmeal, right? Put the virus in the oatmeal at a jail or a mental institution and just kill everybody just to see if it works, right? See if you can kill everybody in one shot.
Virus is generally more dangerous than SARS-CoV-2, or if their results are due to the specific mice they used. And it's not at all clear from their results what might happen were a human to become infected with this coronavirus. The researchers called for more investigation of the high pathogenicity of the coronavirus and also said that their study offers a distinct alternative model for understanding the pathogenic mechanisms of SARS-CoV-2 related coronaviruses. Now you might be wondering, what does this mean for us? Well, while this study was conducted on mice, it gives us valuable insights into the nature of coronaviruses. It helps us understand their potential impact and how we can better prepare for them. So make sure to subscribe.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't prepare us for anything. It's creating the problem. When you do these types of research, when you make things that kill humans deliberately and then tell everybody about it that you have it, you are killing. You're creating killing. It's like nuclear bombs. Nuclear bombs don't cause peace. They cause death. You blow it up and people die. Right? Now we have viruses. This is the new wave of war. Right? You don't blow up the buildings anymore. You just kill the people in it.
Subscribe to Health Bulletin for the latest health news and updates.
Thank you very much. Again, just to verify that this is for real, Mint, livemint.com science out of China. China continues experiment with lethal COVID strand. Experts raise alarm. This madness must be ended. It must be ended. The study originated out of Beijing. Check. Human-like genetic structures. So it seems pretty valid. Seems pretty real. What is GXP2V? Mutant coronavirus strand kills humanized mice within 8 days study. Coronavirus. So it's real. It's real. I don't see anything that contradicts it, really, as being something that's happening. Where's the alarm? Is this a reason to start a war with China? China, when Trump comes in, it's fucking Chinese, man. They got the virus, man, the Wuhan virus. They owe us $10 trillion. Cut their debt, right? Like, fucking cut them off. Right? What does Trump want to do? Cut their debt? What does that mean? Trump wants to charge China $10 trillion for unleashing the coronavirus on the world. According to Trump, that's about how much damage it caused, right? And that's about how much we owe China in debt. Right? We're in debt to China for trillions of dollars. They've been buying our treasuries and bonds and debt for years. And what better way to expunge that debt? Well, basically saying you're not getting paid, than accuse them of killing the population through bioweaponry. In finality, it's a heavy story, right? That is really a heavy story. I'd say this. If this is true, right? If in the world right now there are laboratories out there trying to create viruses that kill 100% of the people, right? And we are actively talking about it on YouTube, right? We're talking about a piece of research that came out of China, right? And if it's real, you got to be kidding me. You got to be crazy to think that that's an isolated situation, that this isn't happening all over the place, that viruses do exist that can kill everybody very quickly, right? And we're not talking about any old substance. We're talking about virus. Virus is alive. Virus is a living thing. We are creating life that consumes other life, right? It gets in there and grows. It's a growing organism, right? Virus is not some isolated chemical like fentanyl. Oh, fentanyl's killing people. Well, it's killing people, but stop putting it in your arm and sniffing it up your nose. With the virus, that's different. You could just be somewhere and this shit can jump on your back and kill you, right? Some crazy person could sneeze in your face, in your mouth, right? Or some hot chick comes along and tries to kiss you, right? And you say, okay, right? And you're dead, right? So it's pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. I don't know, man. So Wuhan, step aside. COVID-19, step aside. We got the new kid in town. The new CXP2V is now here. Fucking nuts, man. Thank you all for joining me. My name is Marcus Conte. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. See you guys tomorrow. We're not dead yet. We're still alive. Just relax. Everybody breathe, 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 breathe. We're going to survive this. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Weevil Girl in the house on the wrench. Vinny DiMartini on the wrench as well. Thank you, wrenches. Sedento Palse, Zutsukuda. Thank you all for participating. Thank you all for speaking. All these videos, everything you say is in the video forever and ever. You are part of this. You are part of it. And you're totally part of it. Marcus Conte reporting.